Well, we have another mild day today, more sunshine. It's going to be a record warm weekend, and then changes coming next week with some cooler air and the potential for some showers, thunderstorms, and maybe a little snow in parts of the state. So yesterday was our 11th day of 50-degree plus temperatures, shattering the old record of 6 days for the month of February set just 7 years ago in 2017. And not really surprising, warmest February on record and the warmest winter on record, both of which by far, not even close. And in fact, it was a pretty warm winter for the entire northern hemisphere, partly El Nino, but undeniably climate change. We've warmed temperatures in Minnesota 5 degrees on average over the last 5 decades, which is a huge amount. It just shifts all the extremes upward exponentially when you warm the average that much. And of course, it was a weird winter for snow. It wasn't that it wasn't around, just not so much in southern Minnesota. All these places in green are areas that had more snowfall than the Twin Cities throughout much of Iowa, parts of Missouri even, largely back in January when we had that about 10-day period of cold weather and some snowstorms that just kept missing us to the south. Pretty windy today. We've got mostly clear skies out there, low pressure to the northwest, and a tight pressure gradient, those yellow lines or contours there, meaning yet again a breezy day today. It will be a little less windy tomorrow, but then Sunday will be windy again. So get used to some on and off wind here the next few days. A direct result of these major temperature fluctuations. As this cold front comes through Sunday, that's really going to kick in some pretty high winds and the potential for some late day showers and thunderstorms. So we've got this wedge of warmth for the weekend, right through Sunday, record highs both Saturday and Sunday, and then colder air comes in Sunday night into Monday. But by colder, just relatively speaking, we're still going to be above normal, mostly in the 40s next week, to even occasionally near 50 degrees. So near 60 tomorrow, bit of a temperature contrast though set up across the state. Still have snowpack on the ground in northwestern Minnesota, 30s and 40s there for highs both days this weekend. But southern Minnesota near 70 on Sunday. If we do that, it'll be the first, or the early, well, the first 70, but also the earliest 70 on record. It's going to be close, it looks like. But with enough wind and sun, I think we can do it. And then still looking at just a very narrow finger of moisture pushing into eastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin. And it will all depend upon the timing of sort of that peak heating of the day and the cold front. But just a very thin, narrow area of energy, just enough maybe to generate a few thunderstorms. But mostly, we'll probably just see some scattered showers pop up with a couple of isolated thunderstorms here, eastern Minnesota into western Wisconsin, late Sunday as that front comes through. And then behind it, we're going to see rain and snow for some areas, but it's looking like the snow is going to be mostly to the north and west, though some of our higher resolution models, North American model, does paint a little snow here Monday over the Twin Cities, but it is an outlier. Most of them keep it to the north and west. But as I mentioned, Monday's still going to be fairly mild, mostly in the 40s, but colder in northwestern Minnesota, and there will be a little bit of a temperature divide until they get rid of all that snow in the northwestern part of the state. So 54 today, 60 tomorrow, 70 on Sunday, and then next week's cooler, but yeah, the normal high is at about 36, warming up to 38 next week, so we are still way above that, with another chance of maybe some rain and snow developing late Thursday next week.